Welcome everybody, welcome to the channel. You're here because you want to know about the DeWALT Cordless Sander. Of course you are. Right, first things first, I can appreciate not everybody can afford a Mirka or a Festool when you're starting to look for sanders of 5, 6, 7, 800,000 pounds. But what's the alternatives? Well, the alternatives are what I'm going to show you, the DeWALT. Comes in a lovely T-stack system case. And what is it? Right, we've got a cordless sander. Do I need to explain what a cordless sander is? Basically, you've got a battery, like what you put on a drill. These are the DeWALT 18 volt. They're the XR Lion. Do we call it a Lion battery? I suppose it's lithium. And it's the 5.0 AH. Now, how do you pronounce the AH? Is it 5.0? Quite possibly. But you know what I mean. So these are the 18 volt batteries that DeWALT do. This kit comes with 2 batteries, which is great. And I know what you're saying, how long does it take to charge a battery up? Right, from a flat battery, they say 70 minutes, which is an hour and 10, which isn't too bad because you've got 2 batteries, which means you can work away with one, and then when you come to needing another, the other one will be charged up enough. So as a kit, as this kit is, with 2 batteries, that's quite handy. Now, straightforward, you've got the shoe. Do we call it a hot shoe? The battery slides into it as so, clips in place, job's a good one. It's also got, I'm going to call that an exhaust pipe. Looks like an exhaust pipe. You've got a little Hoover bag on the side, vacuum cleaner bag I'll say, because Hoover is a brand, not a bag. So you've got your DeWALT little dust bag collector on the side. You could possibly connect that up to a vacuum cleaner, so you have got something sucking the air, but it's no good if you want to be using it on fascia boards, barge boards and stuff outside. So this is why I've got a cordless. Next thing I want to talk to you about, still on the battery, there is a button on the side that if you press, which is really handy, it tells you how full your battery is. Now that's full. I found I've got well over an hour's worth of sanding out of that, which is good. Next thing, on off switch, and you've got a power speed, because this is we call it a rotary stroke DA dual action sander. It is, let's say, orbiting. It's not going circular around like a rotary, it is actually moving around in a, I don't want to say a figure of 8, but probably more like an oval shape. But there is a speed setting, so you can have it on 1, which is low, and then goes up to 7, which is obviously fast. Bear in mind that the faster you go, the more generated heat you'll get. So on certain surfaces, you might find if it's going too fast, it's creating too much heat and softening up that surface, i.e. probably more of a paint film. So just be mindful of that. So we've got the on off, we've got the speed setting. It fits nicely in your palm, as you can see there. Weight, be heavy, but I think that's more down to the battery, which you can't do much about, but it's not too bad at all. Now, discs. We bought discs separately, and we got those from Screwfix, and you're all right with anything that's hook and eye, you know, Velcro. A Velcro disc that measures 125 millimeters. So these are 125 millimeter discs. This is a 60 grade that's a little bit worn because I've used it. We've also bought packs of 80 grade and 120 grade sandpaper. So that covers me on all bases. The coarser the sandpaper, the lower the number, i.e. 60. As you go up, the bigger the number, the finer it is. So really, a 60, 80, 120 covers you for virtually most of the stuff that you need. Right. Let's move the case out of the way. Let me show you that case, that's great. Once you've got your disc on, once you've got your battery charged up, away you go with your sanding. Now, for demonstrational purposes, I've got Dave the door, and I have got just behind me, because when I am sanding I'll wear a face mask, goggles, just in case anything flies up at you. But I'm going to show you how it sands and what it sounds like. I won't put the mask on because I want to talk to you straight away afterwards. So I'm pressing the button on the top, turning it to on. And I'm sanding. And there we have it. It's very much orbital, so it is rotating round, not in a circular motion, it's going spiraling. Let's call it spiraling. Please bear in mind, this is a round disc. It won't go into corners. If I drop you down there, it won't go into corners very easy, like there. So you'll have to still hand sand. That's not a problem unless you buy yourself a sander that does do triangle corners, you know what I mean? But all in all, that's not a bad sander. Now the cost of this, winding you up now, the cost, right, this kit with the box, the hard case, T-stack system, 2 batteries, charger, it didn't come with any sanding discs, was roughly £270. Now we bought that online from DVS Power Tools. So if you, I'll put your link in the description below. DVS Power Tools, that's where we got this from online. It was with us within a couple of days. DHL delivered it. But all in all, that bit of a kit in that case, as you can see, isn't bad for the money. Now we're going to save you a few £100, because if you don't want to spend £700–800 on Mirkas and I'm going to say DeWalt's, Mirkas and Festals, this is probably what you want to be looking at. Now, no sponsorship, no endorsement, DVS, DeWalt, they haven't given me anything for it. It's what we've purchased as Beckwith decorators, and it is a very handy piece of kit. So anybody thinking about going into doing sanding that wants something cordless, just running off, let's call them drill batteries, on a brushless DeWalt palm sander, consider something like this, because they're not a bad bit of kit at all. Very impressed. We don't do Mickey Mouse, so yeah, you can buy something for 20, 30, 40 pounds, but how long will they last? I'm hoping this will last for a while, because it is a brushless, the motor is brushless, which normally means they last longer than the ones that have got a brush in it. What does it mean? You get a brush with it to clean it. On that note, I'm going to say thanks for listening to me. If you're interested in one of these, please look into getting one. I've been very happy. It's been very, very useful when we've been doing fascia boards that we needed to sand down. So you might be doing the same sort of job as we've been doing, that needs something that is cordless to get to those awkward places that you can't get a power tool with a cable. Think about it. Thanks very much. See you on the next one.